Hello and welcome to a crucial night of Super League action as we have the minor semi-final between Churchtown and Dudley Hill, the Luca Tony derby. And we also have the second leg of the top of the table clash between Fulchester and Haggis, who will claim that first final spot. Reminder of how this plays out. The winner of the game on your screen, Churchtown versus Dudley, plays the eventual loser of Haggis Fulchester in a one-off tie for the right to play the winner of Haggis Fulchester in the Super League Grand Final. If you missed the rules, we will go through them as we announce the teams. But let's start by, again, it's an open invite to any Super League manager to come on to the panel this evening during either of the two games. I'm pleased to say someone who took up the option is defending champion and involved in game number one, Mr. Steve Wright. Welcome back, buddy.
Cheers, mate. I just thought I'd jump in. I know I did from out depths of Dimble's neck at woods last game, but just if we want up first, I might not have done, but we're up first, so I just thought I'd jump on for this one, and we'll see where we go.
I can see Tato and Duggan and Greavesy and Ian and Dimble are all in the chat already. So good evening to you, gentlemen. You were just saying off air, Steve, that this is the first time you've been nervous for a game all season.
Yeah, it's been one of them. We've just been really solid. We've not had really many really exciting points. We've not had no low points per se. So it's just been a steady old chip all the way through the season, and it's strange how it's come to playing against. Maybe it is because it's Dimble. I don't know. I'm far more nervous than I was, and it wasn't because of I felt that there were no way. Devils could have turned me over 4-0 overnight very, very easily. I'm more than aware of that, but maybe it is because it's Dimble. But it's a nice finish to obviously meeting up a couple of times over a bit of tea and meeting down up front a bit yesterday, and what a way to finish it off my little holiday to his neck of woods.
So by virtue of finishing higher in the league, Churchtown are at home for this game, as you know. Rules are golden goal, extra time played if they're level after 90 minutes, penalty shootout if scores remain level, 5 subs named, maximum 3 used. And you've got a strict Mr. Brett Hugo in charge. Let's have a look at the opposition first. Viali suspended for this one, so Mendes takes his place. The only other change, and it's an interesting one, Vieri not even making the bench, with Harasimovic taking his place. Still no place for Mild or Chadwick, Guerrero, Holland, players like that, all missing for this crucial game. So let's have a look. You pretty much knew what you were coming up against, though, didn't you? This is a fairly settled Churchtown formation now, and a pretty much settled 11.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Mendes de Silva, I think from when Dimble first come in, he came in, I don't think he played too much under Kieran, and he came in as being a bit of a real shining light when he's played, especially last season, as you can see there. So obviously bringing him back in, I'm not surprised he's brought him back in, but when you look at, he's got covered with Kaluzhny on there, who can sit in centre midfield as well. He's got Ursi, who probably might be a starter for other people, but Volodenkov, especially on left's been unreal for him. He just got a lot of options for this tactic in there. Obviously, there is a bit of things he can do either way with pulling people back, but I think what he's gone and done is he's worked his way out for playing with wingers for this season, and he's still got some of the options that are not making bench. Aka Mild, even in centre midfield, we're tearing up trees for him. I know Petrov's been good. Donny been a bit hit and miss throughout the save. Guerrero can come and do bits. Yeah, leaving Vieri off. But obviously we're playing one up top, or if he moves to a 3, if he's chasing game, put that big lump Harasimovic up, and there's definitely things he can do during a game to try and change it.
I know you've been quite vocal about the fact that any success you have this year is based on your solid defensive performances, but when you see Hussein still top of the goal scorers list, you see Brujink there in 6th place as well. Does it concern you that the firepower Churchtown have in comparison to you? I mean, we'll look at your side in a minute, which on paper looks like it's got goals in it, but this season it just hasn't quite happened. I mean, we're scrolling down. We've got Agahawa there, again, before we even see a Dudley Hill player on the list. We've got Petrov there before we even see a Dudley Hill player on the list. There he is, Ebby Sand and Luca Toni in 32nd, 33rd with 5 goals between them.
Yeah, I mean, Sam's been really good since he come in. I think he's deserved to start, as you'll see when you click to my team. Yeah, they're extremely good. They've got a lot of firepower up front, and he knows that Dimble knows how to get wingers working very, very well. So it's just a case of, we have to negate him. But we've twice this season, we've shut out the league's top scorers, taking 4 points off them. I don't think we've conceded a high amount of goals in many, one, if any, games. So yeah, it's going to be a big test of having us strongest players back in against obviously a strong attacking side.
It's interesting you say that about strongest possible players, and you talk about Ebby San there, but he's on the bench, and you've opted to start with Inzaghi tonight.
He's come off a bench, and actually, I think a lot of his goals this season, I think he's had one from a starting point, but the other, I think he's got 3, has he?
He's got 5 this season for you.
Inzaghi. Oh, no. Sam's got 5.
Inzaghi.
Has he got 3, has he, I think?
2.
I think both of them have been off the bench. One were coming up in a 3 up top, and then one other night. So I'm probably doing the wrong thing by not starting Sand, but I think he deserves a go. He's a decent player in Inzaghi, and I think just roll with obviously going in, obviously treating game as if it's proper management. Giving him a bit of an eye and see if he can pull it in. But yeah, obviously this has been a strongest tactic. It's what won us it last season. The big difference I think that's changed it since we started attacking a bit more, creating a lot more chances, just being that extra length on arrow from Deddy and Zanetti. That it just really seemed to give us a bit more go forward. And it's nice to have Robbie Keane properly back in his as a sole AMC. Whether after when Tony got 2 in 2 in them games, it was a big thing whether to put 2 back up top. And roll with somebody else. Obviously, it didn't work with Nicky, so I had to really go back to this to sort of get a result against Devils last time out.
With the exception, obviously, we spoke about Inzaghi there, but you're also in a nice position for this game. You're able to welcome back the likes of Vogel, Kaladze, and Ferdinand.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Vogel is his ban wasn't due to him getting a yellow. It was due to him getting sent off, so he's still on that yellow card. Obviously, Ado's there on that yellow as well. Joey Johnson can come in and cover him. He's been a lot better since he's played in DMC. Ado, after he went out, I just think Joey put a couple of good performances in, so it was difficult. But once I got a chance, Ado's probably been my best player this year.
Okay, well, as it's a one-off game, let's just play the whole game on purely fast commentary so you can see everything that's going on. Good luck to yourself. Good luck to Dimble. Nothing happening in the first 10 minutes, so it gives me a chance to say good evening to Dan and to Maka, Hodgie, Mike Savage and Swanee, Alf as well, all appearing in the chat while we were doing the pre-match there. Good evening to all of you. Oliver Kahn smothering on the ball. Hopeful looking shot from Robbie Keane, but it goes high and wide. Dudley starting with a little bit more intent than their hosts. A fairly nervy start. No side asserting any real dominance. Dudley retaining a little bit of possession. Ado manages to get in the way of Hussein, but Agahawa picks it up, and now Petrov. Agahawa again. Khan lets it run free, but Volodenkov clears. Dudley again on the counter, but now Churchtown can break. And it's Volodenkov. Agahawa with a header, but it goes wide. 25 now on the clock. Still, you would argue that Dudley is shading it a little bit, but Churchtown seem to have created the best chance. And there's another shot in by, and now Vogel trying his luck, and Inzaghi deflects it in. The man who has been recalled for this game specifically scores on the half-hour mark to give the defending champions the lead. Brugink goes in the book. Free kick awarded. Ado delivers, but Khan catches the ball. Zanetti, Inzaghi, and Zanetti again. Ado picks it up now, shoots from distance. Volodenkov again jinxing past everybody. Still Volodenkov. Agahawa saved, can't hold on to it. Agahawa on the rebound, and there is the equaliser. Stee is not happy with that. He has picked his phone up. He is walking off.
I'm putting on charge.
Volodenkov again. Volodenkov is causing all sorts of carnage on that Churchtown left-hand side. Hussein, Brugink, and still Brugink. drives it low, and they've turned it round. And it's both the attacking midfielders that have scored. 2 goals inside 5 minutes to completely turn this game on his head. Day offside. Gladzy picks it up. Tomasi gets in the way, Day. And now Churchtown come forward again. Tony's tripped in. Gets a yellow card. Brujink's lining it up. Deflects off the wall. Hussein picks it up. Dudley withhold possession again. And now here they come. Inzaghi, and he's doubled his tally. It's 2-2 on the stroke of half-time. And what a genius move by the manager to bring him in for this game. And they're looking for a third before the whistle goes. Inzaghi for a first-half hat-trick. But it's well saved by Oliver Kahn. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, for everyone who said you've gone being boring, Steve, that was far from a boring first half. It started off fairly quiet, but both sides soon opened the taps, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't think early doors it looked as even as that. I thought we looked really well all game so far. But yeah, look at them stats. I mean, looked like Volodenko. It was looking like, to me personally, Oliver Kahn were just doing proper numbers. Volodenko's obviously terrorising it a little bit. I won't be surprised to see Zanetti on 6. But yeah, more reason to be nervous. I mean, look at that though. If you just click back on the stats a minute, please, mate. 39% tackles won, 27% headers won. Last season, we were dominating everything in there. This season, we are not, and that proves it. And that's massive. Up in 70s for all three of them. I think it gives Churchtown a bit of a fob. Does this go away goals or? Does it? Would it be the one-off?
We went through the rules before the game, Steve. Yeah. No, there's no away goals because it's only a one-legged tie.
I didn't think it would be. But no, I'm happy not to be behind us yet. But yeah, look at Volodenko there.
So, just having a look through the chat here while you were talking. Ian saying tantalisingly poised second half. Tato saying Pippo on course to end the season as Doldley's top goal scorer. He's now on 4 for the season, 1 behind Tony and Sand. And Greaves is saying take Pippo off. He won't get a hattie. Get Sand on. Dimble has had chance to see his stats before we've even commented on them, and has said no change. Notable. I mentioned it that Volodenkov seemed to be causing absolute carnage, and there he is with a 9 rated performance at half time. Mendes da Silva, who you picked up in the intro as well, Steve, looking very, very busy indeed. Let's bring up your stats. Luca Toni not really doing anything of note. Immediately jumps out, and the other thing that jumps out is you pretty much have a team full of 6s.
Yeah, it's not an overly bad position to be in. We're starting from a starting point from before the game. I mean, Greaves had a reasonable shout there, in fairness. But yeah, Luca's going to have to come off for every Sand, please, mate. I saw the yellow for Addo early doors when he trips up. So obviously he's out of the next game should we get there. But yeah, that's as we are, please, mate.
So just Sand for Tony, yeah?
Yeah, please, mate, that's all.
Okay, let's kick off the second half and roll to 60. Interesting in this position that Luca Toni, the top goal scorer for the club, is coming off. 0 headers, 1 out of 7 is dreadful for someone so tall, says Tato. Hussein comes forward, spots Brujink. Spectacular drive, but fails to convert. Approaching the hour mark now. There we are on the hour mark. And I imagine both managers are really starting to feel temperatures rise in the dugouts. Let's start with the home side. Steve, pretty quiet second half, that opening 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, it really it just flown by, hasn't it? So I'm hoping there's no late drama in terms of a 90th minute goal, especially. I mean, look how that second half finished. So yeah, it's nervy.
Are you feeling fairly confident with what you've seen so far?
The bit of confidence I've got is, as you alluded to me, I had 6s across board. If I can pick up a performance up in second half, and oh my God.
Dimble keeping things as is, so we move over to your side. And as I was highlighting there, you said if performance has picked up, Kaladze has actually dropped to a 5.
Oh, Sergio, terrible, man. He's been terrible.
Half an hour to define both sides' seasons. Dimble confident with his 11. Does Steve have the same confidence in his?
Yeah, leave it, mate. He can't finish on a 5, can't Kaladze. He's been a stalwart since coming in from Churchtown. It's probably been a hell of a lot of reason I've improved a lot. So,
Hodgie saying this is chess, not checkers. So neither side making any changes, leaving the teams to just battle out amongst themselves. And there's Ebby Sand. Ebby Sand has scored for Dudley Hill. Have Churchtown got another one in them? Yellow card given. 20 minutes to go. Kaladze picks it up. Keane. Tomazi trips in. Ferdinand picks it up. Difficult chance. Mendes gave him no space. 15 now to go. Absolutely nothing happening, which suits Steve to the ground. Volodenkov intercepts. Tomazi. Petrov smashes it low, deflects. Agawa picks it up. Oh, and it's gone out for a corner. Let's slow it down even more for the final 10 minutes.
oh, please.
Can Churchtown save their season? Sonetti. Volodenkov's in pursuit. Inzaghi gets there. He's tripped. Free kick to Dudley Hill. Addo looks to deliver. 3 minutes to be added on. Inzaghi, he's got his hat-trick! And that surely sees Dudley Hill into, for all intensive purposes, the semi-final. 2 goals clear with 5 minutes to go. Churchtown not giving up yet. Tomazi's pushed. Free kick given. Into injury time now. Zambrotta coming forward. Volodenkov picks it up. Bruzink. Abiati. Bruzink! Oh, it's 4-3! Surely not. Surely not. There's still 2 minutes to play. And the game ends. It just wasn't quite enough for Churchtown. Congratulations, Steve. But what a game. It finishes Churchtown 3, Dudley Hill 4. And you are into the next round, Steve.
Yeah, well, we won. We up to percentage 33 of headers won.
Applause in the background.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, what a mental game from 2-1 down to be 4-2 up. That, as we all know, especially when Duggan and Wooder were on comms together, I've conceded twice in 90th minute once before, so it's nervous times. But well played, Dimble. It's the most even game you could probably look at. They had better of other stats in terms of during the game, but delighted to go through, and that were I'm a bit speechless with that.
Oliver Kahn letting Churchtown down, rating of 5 by the end. Volodenkov continued to impress and possibly a little bit unlucky not to get man of the match, but almost certainly has gone to Inzaghi for his hat-trick. And what stroke of genius that move is, Steve. But let's just have a word on Dimble. Obviously, this is the last time we will see Churchtown in competitive action in this save. But since he's come in, he has completely transformed this side.
Yeah, I know. We were talking when we were on his little Zoom overnight. There's a few things that have happened during the save that enabled him to bring a couple of extra players in. Obviously, from the draft, everybody's been guilty of, well, a lot of us have been guilty of, until I did a bit of better business, letting big players go. When you come into the league, you can be a little bit naive. Dimble coming to a point of seeing it from a couple of seasons in and getting his teeth into a couple of players who he knows can do jobs. Like I say, I remember when he came in, I was saying that I think he got a little bit underestimated at the start. I probably bigged him up a little bit too much for his liking, in fairness. But he is extremely good at this game. And it's going to be massive for him to have his own squad, to do his own bit of transfers. And whatever happens next season, it's going to be interesting where whatever Churchtown evolving to go.
So let's talk about Inzaghi. Hat-trick tonight. He's now the club's joint top goal scorer after tonight's performance. As long as he doesn't get injured in training, almost certainly playing the next game.
Well, Ebby Sand put Peter that, didn't he? So Sand's on 6 now.
Of course he is, yeah.
But I mean, Luca Toni, he's obviously he's packed up. He's obviously not liking not playing with Savioli. In fairness, I don't Vogel a band now for the next one. So there's a big decision there who sits in that centre midfield spot. I apologise to you massively. It certainly will not be Tim Cahill, mate, in a game of such magnitude.
Tim Cahill hasn't let you down all season.
But yeah, I mean, delighted to get to the semi-final again. Dede, in fairness, since Dede's come in, he's been absolutely fantastic for me. I can't knock how he's done it at all. He's up there, really, really high rating. And I don't know where it'll sort of stand after that 7 for him, but I think a few of us have said, obviously Pellizzoli were goalkeeper at year last year, did really well in league. Not in terms of voted for by people, the game voted him that. But since Abiya's come in, I mean, if you can get a keeper conceding less goals than he plays in this league, you're absolutely onto something. And have we seen a keeper finish in the top 8 ratings ever in the league? Me and Duggan were on about it before. I'm not sure we have. And if he does finish in that top 8, where his stats do, I think it's been... again, I think it just shows that there's a few players. Obviously, I think when Odgie were on, he was saying if you get a Diamonds Abiyai, you get a belter. I mean, at the start of the series, we were absolutely dog water for Rob, throwing 4s and 5s in left, right, and centre. And he's been fantastic for me, in fairness.
Perhaps he just didn't like the manager.
Well, there is maybe that as well. But you take that 10 and then 2 8s out, that's not an overly cracking performance. So we've got more to give. So it gives us a bit of confidence we can go do ourselves proud, whatever result will be in this next game against whoever goes through from this next game. And best of luck to both gents that are playing.
And just before you disappear, because I know you're not staying on for the whole broadcast, so if anyone would like to jump on for the second game, please head to Twitter and follow the link. But you're still on to, to quote myself for a bit, hashtag chasing history. Still looking to be one of only 2 clubs potentially to retain, and the only club outside the top 2 to win it.
I think that's the biggest point. If somebody could win it from outside top 2, whether it be me, whether it had been Dimble going through. The weird thing is, all the times through different saves, different iterations, it hasn't been done yet. So to do something like that with the magnitude of what the league is, and obviously it's all been unreally competitive between times, but there's been a bit of ferocity about this season. People doing better again, people sort of slipping a bit, and it's going to be one hell of a finish over these next 3 games that are there for whoever's going to beat them.
Just before you go, Steve, one more. Just picking up on a comment in the chat because I am interested. Maka says, "Imagine winning 2 stars and then killing the club." And Hodgie responds with, "Can't do that if 3's on the line." If you do win it, might Dudley Hill remain?
The reason for my thoughts of drifting away from Dudley Hill is my interest in the real Dudley Hill, where this whole thing come from. Has sort of waned a little bit. It's been a terrible, terrible season for our club. But I'll rethink if I win it. I probably will. But same manager with a set of players. Can it be contested that it's not 3 in a row if I come back and did it after a redraft? I don't know.
It wouldn't be Dudley Hill if you change the name.
Well, this is it. So, yeah, we've got... obviously, I mean, I know there's been things mentioned about place names. And, yeah, it's just a little part of Bradford that are places. And if I win it, I probably won't.
Ultimately, the place names thing is irrelevant, Steve, because I asked people not to unless it was absolutely going to ruin their enjoyment. And with the exception of the fact that a lot of the clubs seem to have really... Well, there's 1 or 2 that have some really, really shit names by the looks of it. I'm not going to lie. But it seems like most people have decided, fuck it, we're having a place name in there, one guy's or another. So
yeah, my thing, it's a thing, is mine. And I'll be open and honest, it's White Rose and then a year. just for being the thing. Because obviously, I was hoping that it wouldn't be classed as place name, just being the thing. But
White
let's
Rose
see
is
what.
fine.
So
but it's
let's
not
see
Dudley
what.
Hill, Steve. That's what we're saying. It's not Dudley Hill.
No, but let's see if I win it or not, and then I'll rethink.
Well, I'll let you go and enjoy your evening. Congratulations. Go celebrate and prepare for your semi-final.
Yeah, thank you, mate. And unlucky Dimble, that's a cruel way to go out when you've been every bit as good, if not a little bit better in a lot of stats there. So,
oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again. Hang on. Is that enough? Okay, what else have I got open? Oh, I know.
Right, night, mate.
See you,
and
mate.
I'll be watching intently from a tablet for the rest of it.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Just close everything I possibly can down so we can carry on. Save's not dead. Calm down. There we go. Too many Pornhub tabs. As I say, no, the save hasn't died. I just had too many things open. Had to empty the recycle bin, that kind of thing. Here we go then. The second and final game of the evening. No, not redraft now. So we've got Fulchester hosting Haggis Hunters. Haggis take a 2-1 lead in, but Fulchester have a... Oh, it's PCA website. Very good. Fulchester do have that crucial away goal. One change for Haggis as the on-loan Dragons midfielder comes in place of Del Piero. Come on, the taxpayers. Other than that, it is unchanged. The usual-looking triangle of Casillas, Stam, Jeremies and Samuel. Kobiashvili keeping his place in midfield. Giggs and Duff continue to provide the wide support. And then the deadly duo of Casas and Viduka. Just a reminder, in case you missed it, away goals used if scores are level, golden goal if they're level after 90, and then a penalty shootout. As for Fulchester, they alter their tactics slightly from last time out. They go 3 at the back, interestingly. So technically chasing it, but 1-0 is enough. So they've got Yepes, Curtis and Lucio in front of Buffon. Nicky Butt was always going to be playing. Then we've got Nedved and Beckham out wide. Van der Vaart and Veron, who has the little attacking diag arrow. Finally, some end-of-season nerve, says Macca. And then Trezeguet partners Comandini. Shevchenko injured. Zanetti suspended. Gattuso suspended. Yepes a yellow away. So should he get booked and then Fulchester go through, he will miss the final. Let's go to the action then. Good luck to both sides. And we kick off Fulchester versus Haggis. And already the away goal has been squashed. Mendieta inside 5 minutes with his 10th of the season. Fulchester really need to come back. And they're going to have to do it quickly, but Haggis continue on the attack. Oh, and it's gone over the bar. Haggis continuing to create chances. Trezeguet, but Jeremies gets in the way. Alf predicting a pens win for Haggis. Well, that means Fulchester are going to score another 2. But there's Giggs. Saved by Buffon. Let's run 3 Giggs. And surely that is Haggis into the final. 2-0 up on the night. 4-1 on aggregate. They now have the away goal advantage as well. And there's Jeremies. Viduka. Buffon pushes it away. It's cleared by Lucio. But Haggis continue to come forward. And at an absolute canter, they are looking to destroy Fulchester and really lay a marker. Yepes gets in the way of Viduka. Nedved tries to get forward. Mendieta in the way. Nedved again. And it's a corner to Fulchester. Maka already conceding the game's done. Too many injuries and suspensions. Veron coming forward. Foul by Viduka, I should say. Lucio now coming forward. Nedved and Van der Vaart. Free kick awarded to the home side. Beckham to take it. There's Van der Vaart. Beckham again. Another free kick. Beckham from the edge. Casillas saves. Deflects away. And Stam manages to clear. Three minutes to be added on to this first half. Giggs picking up the ball. Kobiashvili. Kesas, but he puts it wide. Veron picking it up in the centre of the pitch. Trezeguet holds it up. And now Nicky Butt has it. Comandini. Saved in style by Casillas. And there is the half-time whistle. Without even seeing the stats, Maka is ringing the changes. But we will have a quick look at them. Haggis creating the most chances, having more on target as well. Although Fulchester have got 100% on target rate, so when they are getting forward, they are looking dangerous. Decent pass completion rates, but Haggis edging it. Tackles one, again, fairly similar, but Haggis rating it. Fulchester are doing ever so slightly better in the air. We've got a 5 here for Lucio, not enjoying playing in a 3. Also a 5 for Curtis, who is the man that's been suggested as being replaced. The 2 strikers having very minimal impact. No disciplinary issues. And in terms of fitness, Comandini on an 84 may well have been a consideration. We will bring up Haggis before we make these changes for Maka. Casillas putting in a fine performance, not letting any of these shots, not letting them go in. Kobiashvili, not quite to the same level as Jeremy, but still putting in a decent performance. Ryan Giggs doing very well out wide. Good evening, Mr. Edwards. Looks like I missed the bell to first match. You did. It was absolute drama. Ian, same role. So we go back to... Wait, Ian, you said Roque for Viduka. Oh, and then, but no, scrap that. Okay, that's fine. So we've got Curtis. We got that. We got that. And we got that. Is that right? Arrow off Theron. Yeah. Curtis off for Figo. Figo AMC. That is done for you, Maka. Let's kick off the second half, see if Fulchester can make a game of it. To qualify now, however, they are going to have to score 4 goals in this half of football alone. It's Haggis that continue to come forward. Jeremy's manages to intercept Buffon's clearance. Kesas Viduka, and now Duff in the box. Buffon can't gather it, but they manage to clear it. Duff goes down, shoved by Trezeguet. Approaching the hour mark, Nedved, Figo, Stam in the way, Nicky Buckbeat gets in the way, and it's a free kick awarded Beckham to take, but he puts it wide. And on the hour we stop this. What can Fulchester do? They have to go for it now. They've got half an hour to try and score 4 goals. And straight away, Ronaldo for Comandini is the change. Anything else tactically, Maka, or is that all that is intended? Nicky Butt on a yellow. Van der Laan for Van der Vaart is the 3rd and final change. Just wait for confirmation that there's nothing else that Maka wants to do. Arrows on Veron and Van der Laan. Believe that might be it for Maka. Spot on. Lovely. Let's go to Haggis, who can afford, it would appear, to start considering resting players for the final now, if they so wish. Viduka booked, Duff booked, no real fitness concerns, everyone's still well above the 90s. What will Ian do here? Cordoba for Stam is the first announced change. And we've got Quesas coming off as well for Roque Santa Cruz. And is there a third sub in the offing as well? Aguero for Jeremy's. So a triple change for Haggis. But is that too much and it's going to upset the balance? Let's continue this half an hour to play. Fulchester requiring 4 goals to qualify in 30 minutes. Beckham, Veron, Nedved picks it up. See us in the way. He is performing exceptionally well. And well, Haggis, having made 3 changes, are now down to 10 men. Do you wish to swap anyone positionally, which you would be allowed to do, Ian? Santa Cruz to AM. Central Viduka up top. Well played, Ian. Been a great side all season and served to be in the big final. It says Macca. Half an hour still to play, but pretty much all over. Let's resume the action. Now playing against 10 men. Will it make any difference? Van der Laan, Casillas saves and Samuel manages to clear. Viduka brings it forward. Now Santa Cruz. Lucio gets in the way. 20 minutes now to play. Nedved comes forward and Beckham intercepted there, and Kobiashvili gets it. Gets out to Giggs and Viduka. It's a free kick to the away side. Buffon punches it clear and Van der Laan gets it away. 15 minutes now left of this fixture. And there's one back. A consolation, surely. Ronaldo waiting till now to score his first of the season into the final 10 minutes. Figo, Ronaldo. Veron. Yellow card to Ryan Giggs. Free kick which Beckham lines up. Through the wall, Casillas just about makes the save. Santa Cruz, Nicky Butt with an inch perfect tackle. Now Veron on the counter. Free kick, Vigo. Veron, Beckham out wide. Trezeguet. Nicky Butt. Into the final 5. Casillas smothers on the ball again. Nicky Butt intercepts again. 3 minutes to be added on. Into those 3 minutes now. And Haggis were just simply too good. Congratulations to Ian, who makes his first ever Super League grand final. To be fair, in terms of chance creation, it was very similar. The stats are all very, very similar, but Haggis just too good, as they have been for most of the season. Fulchester put in a spirited performance. Is that me out? Do I not? Okay, Dudley. No, you do. You do, Macca. You play against Dudley for the right to play Ian again. Time to finish job now. Hard lines played. Let's go over to Haggis. Jens Jeremy's, as is often the way, picking up man of the match. You deposit down on that bus. It certainly is not all over for Fulchester, though, who will be looking to outplay Dudley Hill in a one-off venture, a one-off game. The winner of that gets the opportunity to play Haggis in the grand final. So, I'm not entirely sure how I'm doing this yet, because I'm away for the weekend. I wasn't planning on taking my laptop. Monday. Technically, I record my podcast, but it is only one game. Okay, we'll play Dudley Hill versus Fulchester Monday night, around about 7 p.m. ish. And then the grand final will be played on Thursday. So this time, no, what day are we on? Yeah, Thursday. This time next week will be the grand final. So Monday night, about 7 o'clock ish, we will play Dudley Hill versus Fulchester, and then Thursday, the grand final. Thank you to Steve for joining me on comms for the first game. Congratulations for qualifying. Congratulations to Ian on making the grand final. Commiserations to Dimble, who is out, and hard lines to Macca, but you do get a second bite on Monday night. So until then, have a great weekend, everybody, and I will speak to you all again Monday evening from Super League HQ and from most of the teams now, with the exception of 3 that remain in contention. It's a very, very good night.